factory, so there'll be two factories continuously splurting out siege tanks. And looks like we have the Mutalisks now coming in for the harass. Looks like the mineral line is very much exposed. Not a single turret is up, and here come the Mutalisks. How many SCVs gonna kill? One, two. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's 5, 6, 7, about 8 SCV kills right there. Pretty nice pick up for the Mutalisks. Moving out just before the Marines can come, and looks like he'll be able to snipe a medevac right here. Will he just snipe the second? No, the Marines tried to save it and they snipe down 2 Mutalisks and 1 is in the red. However, the Mutalisks will be able to snipe these medevacs. Not exactly the best micromanagement right there. He could have he could have brought those medevacs somewhere else. The turret now going up just in time to save the day. And I'm seeing, okay, there's one turret now going up. We have bailing speed, and we have 20 hit miss, but not before this final SCV kill, preventing the construction of the turret. These melees are now gonna run, not really run, fly all the way back to the base. We have a ton of Zerglings here. It's about almost 2 pages worth of Zerglings. More melees are on the way. We have 2 missile turrets coming up, a medevac. Hey, yeah, this base not exactly saturated. Queen though is on the way. Queen right there. Very good. Looks like our marine, our turn play looking to move out with a huge force. So tanks, marines, and medevacs. So the Zerg is ahead. Let's look at the income tab. The Zerg is way ahead in terms of economy. However, he isn't saturating as much as he would want to. Going back to the production tab, no drones are being made now, but we do have 5 mules, and looks like the marines and tanks are gonna go in for the attack. They may lay siege upon this 4th base. Tanks sieging up, the marines now providing a little bit of backup, and there goes siege tank. They take out the queens, the mules now. The tanks are exposed, the mules can snipe them, no problem, but however, nice reaction there from our turn player, stimming up and chasing the marines away. So what you can do right now is unsiege these 2 tanks at the back and move forward. And the Piercy is going to be doing that. No, he unsieges the tanks. This gives our Zerg player a chance to run in with the Banelings and Zerglings. The Zerg player should move in right now, and here they come. The Zerglings are in. The siege tanks were too late in sieging up. However, there are way too many marines, and the tank numbers simply out-muscling all the Zerglings and roaches. I don't think that our Zerg player can save this base. The marines will snipe out a lot of mules, and there goes the hatchery. And it looks like we have another drop down here. We have a drop down here on the 3rd base of our turn player. And I'm not sure, he could have sniped a lot of drones right here, and he could have focus fired and microed around the hatchery to avoid the Zerglings. However, that drop basically failed, though they were able to kill the queen. But not worth losing 8 marines and a medevac. Looks like we have a 3rd expansion now going up for our turn player, which is rightfully so, because it looks like his main is dying. It's like the mule is now trying to keep map control, circling the map right now. We have 6 more mules on the way, so it looks like our Cube Hades favoring the mules a lot. It looks like this expansion is unguarded, and he'll be able to, and he even snipes the SCV building the 3rd before it can complete. But here come the marines to shoo off those mutalisks. However, this gives the mutalisks a chance to swing around and attack. However, there are a lot of mutalisks right here. Will they be able to tank the turrets? Well, they are able to tank 1 turret, but he needs to auto repair. The marine player needs to auto repair. The Terran player needs to auto repair, which is exactly what he's doing, and rightfully so, saving that natural expansion. However, he left the 3rd base very much exposed. Our Terran player has decided to move in for the attack right now, trying to trade a base for a base. However, he cannot afford to lose this expansion at all. This is a huge economic blow here. It looks like our turn player loads up everything into the medevacs, and he's gonna drop everything and go straight for the main of the Zerg. And it looks like he has to siege up the tanks. Siege up the tanks. The queen just explodes in a pool of blood, and it's like the main now for our Zerg player is going to die. His Zerglings, and I don't know, he's not exactly attacking right now. He's just going to go ahead and sacrifice the main and wait for the opportune time. Like here come the melees, so they are able to snipe one tank, but the Marines are get back just in time to save the other two. And I don't think he can afford to load up into the medevacs, nor can he afford to walk out right now because there are a ton of Banelings and Zerglings waiting outside. And he unsieges the tanks, and here come the Zerglings and the Banelings. They're gonna come in and destroy every single Terran unit in sight. And the medevacs here are very much exposed. He has to unload the Marines to defend. However, I don't think this is gonna be enough. There are more than enough mutilists to out DPS the healing, and all these medevacs are going to fall. And our Zerg player is way ahead right now with 1400 minerals coming in per minute. The mule is even gonna chase down these medevacs. And let's look at the army size tab. 94, 92 over 140. This is not looking good for a Terran player. Huge pickup here by destroying the expansion, and oh no, our Marine player is very much exposed. He doesn't have he does have enough Marines to shoot this away, but the ground force for a Zerg player will take care of that, no problem. He's just waiting to finish this game. But can our Terran player pull off a comeback? 9 mules now on the way for our Zerg player, and the mules are just destroying anything that is exposed. Add-ons, tech buildings, and whatever are very much exposed. Not much to protect left in the mineral line. Here come the Marines trying to chase away the mules. However, here comes the Zerg player. The Zerg player is going for the natural expansion. And our Terran player thinking of doing a counter drop. However, he's reacting very late to this attack on the expansion. Not exactly the best reaction time right there. The mules are just coming in, going in, and going out as they please. The siege tanks now sieging up. They're gonna take out every single roach here. And these mules are saying, "You guys can go ahead and die. We'll come in later and clean this up." And it's only now that our Zerg player is rebuilding the spawning pool. However, this will that even matter, as these mules can out DPS one turret, no problem. And there aren't that very many Marines left because the ground force of the Zerg took them all out. And this looks very bleak and very bad for a Terran player. Not a single anti-air unit. Well, maybe there are 3, but nothing that our Terran player can do. He's completely mined out of resources. He's not mining in the expansion. And this is GG. This has to be GG. I don't see our Terran, our Marine Terran. I'm sorry, Marine Terran. I don't see our Terran player coming back anymore. And yep, this has to be GG. However, he is trying to pull off a counterattack right here. He did push through the drop and is going for the 5th base of our Zerg player. He's trying the spawning pool. He's trying to hatchery. All the drones are gonna go down. However, I don't think this is enough. I do not think this is enough Marines to counter these mutilisks. Plus, the Zerg still has a huge flock of mutilisks. Oh my god. So, our Zerg players completely abandoned the ground game and gone straight for air, massing 37 mules that can brute force their way through these Marines. These Marines, 22 Marines, not enough. The splash damage on the mules are too much, and this has to be it. And there you go, there goes the GG from our Terran player. And he just says that was overwhelming, and he wants to remake. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. The key factor there, denying this expansion. So if you guys want to win in the long run, deny your opponent expansions and get as many expansions as you can. Alright? So this has been your friendly neighborhood Dr. Jimmy signing off. Bye bye. Mwah mwah mwah.